So we see the Bloodline, and they are trying to recruit a fifth man because as we saw on SmackDown last week, Solo made it very clear that it was going to be 5-on-5. Some people didn't think that had any
Roman did
importance.
also mouth the words, "Let me see your fifth too."
Well, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So some people didn't think it was, an important moment. It was, obviously. So the Bloodline, both Bloodlines were on Raw, attempting to persuade somebody to be their fifth man. So we see both teams approached Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was not interested in helping at all, either side.
No,
They
didn't care.
approached Braun Breaker. We don't really know how that went. I don't think he really said anything, but I think part of that was obviously Paul Heyman went down to NXT a few
I would
months
be
ago.
so into Braun Breaker and
Um,
Jacob Fatu in the War Games match. Like, I want to see it, but I'm not gonna get it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So clearly nothing was working. Okay. So we're like, all right, we're going to keep seeing what happens on SmackDown. They're going to approach some people on SmackDown. We still will see that. But this is why we're going to talk about the spoilers, because we have to, because we feel very strongly about what this
It's gonna
currently
come
is.
out. It's been spoiled by it's been spoiled to us. So guess
Yeah.
what? It's spoiled to you.
So based on the results of the double taping, during the main event of Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed, Solo and his bloodline come out and do some dirty work for Bronson Reed, which then prompts them to go after Seth. And then that forces the Usos and Sami Zayn to come out to Seth's aid, seemingly confirming Bronson Reed will be the fifth man for the Bloodline 2.0, and Seth Rollins will be the fifth man for the OG Bloodline. Now, when I tell you we are not fans of this, that is putting it lightly. That is putting it very lightly. It is a horrible idea. It makes no sense. There's other things that they could have done. Bronson Reed in this match, I get it. You understand why the Bloodline 2.0 is going to want a Bronson Reed on their team, because look at him. He's a massive human being. Like, yeah, bring that dude on your team because he's going to wreck everybody. The easiest thing for WWE to then do is like, all right, well, he's feuding with Seth Rollins, so put him on that team. No. The better scenario, whether you agree with me or not, if this is one of the options, you have to agree that Cody Rhodes joining Team Bloodline and Kevin Owens joining Bloodline 2.0 is a heck of a lot better than Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. That's all I gotta say.
I'm trying to look right now to see if it's only one video I've seen of someone posting that Seth Rollins will join the Roman Bloodline and Bronson Reed will join Solo. Um, I didn't see Solo make any attempt to persuade Bronson.
I think it was just implied based on who came out to help who. That was what people are. I don't think there was any official announcement made. I think this is just how Raw ended. The chaos and whatever, and so
That's what
people
I'm
were jumping
thinking.
to conclusions. So that's the yes. So
We thought John Moxley was gonna come out at WrestleMania 40. All right, like let's not like we all go through crazy feelings.
Yeah. So that is part of some of the context that is lacking with this conversation, because there was no formal announcement from Adam Pearce, from the Bloodline, each of them. There was nothing that said, okay, we found our fifth member. This is who it is, and that's who it is. It's just the assumption based off of what people were seeing, because it's like, all right, well, why else is this happening right now? But as Richard said, okay, well, one
There's
thing
also
Richard
another
said,
show in between, as I said already at the beginning of the show. There's
uh,
another live show
yes,
that's going to happen on
yes.
Friday before Monday.
So
So, like,
I think that there's
everyone
going to be
relax.
conversations with Cody on SmackDown. We're probably going to see Jay talk to Cody. We might even see Sammy talk to Cody. My guess is we see Kevin in the back, you know, because Triple H loves to do those like background shots where you see, you know, something else is happening. I would love it if Kevin sees Jay and Sammy approaching Cody and asking him for that. Wouldn't mind seeing Sammy get ballsy and ask Kevin to be their fifth guy.
I saw a video of someone posting like KO getting asked by Sammy, and he's just KO. Like, oh my god, the memes are
Yeah.
so funny.
That's the kind of thing I would love to see, but I agree with Richard here that I think Roman is going to say no with Seth. Like, it just doesn't make any sense on a
Yeah,
multitude of
Roman's
levels.
guys, Roman doesn't want to team with Seth. Okay, like Seth
Yeah.
and Roman, you have to think, like you have to think in their bubble. Like details matter with this stuff. This is not an old era where we grew up as wrestling fans, where it's like, oh well, this just happened in front of our eyes. That makes sense. No, Triple H was a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, the little details matter. It mattered in the ring. It's going to matter on the entire show. And the grand scheme of things, Roman and Seth teaming again after what happened and after the history does not make sense. Cody Rhodes makes more sense, and that doesn't make sense. But they already teamed together at why am I forgetting the pay-per-view? They already teamed together, so it could happen again.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The Rock is not working War Games. If he's working War Games, he's doing the stupid thing where he comes out, hugs, you know, waves, and then dips because that's the type of dude he is.
He'll come out and do a spot where he doesn't have to take a bump.
If
He'll
he's there.
assist them, and he'll assist the Bloodline 2.0 to win, and that will further. Like The Rock is not getting in the War Games match and competing, okay?
Yeah.
But he's going to be there in some way, shape, or form. Absolutely.
Also, I think logic is out the window. First of all, it's wrestling.
Yeah,
Logic
guys,
isn't in
what
wrestling.
are we doing? Nothing.
Secondly, what exactly is Kevin Owens' beef with Randy Orton to begin with? Like, it's not logical. His real beef is with Cody Rhodes.
Emotional.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So, but the thing is like, I get that Kevin joining is not something that people want to see, or they think it makes no sense. I think it makes complete sense because you're, like we said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay, yes. Well, his main enemy is the Bloodline, the main Bloodline. It's Cody Rhodes, it's Randy Orton, it's like Sami Zayn teaming up with them, Jey Uso being back. Like, that is his enemy. Why else would he not? Why wouldn't he put that on the shelf to be on the other side of them? I love it. I think it is a heat magnet. That's how I would book it anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I would choose Sarah. I didn't mind that.
Hey, you know what,
but,
sir?
Amy, you are right. You are Cody Crybaby.
I am a Cody Crybaby, but I'm not crying about that. I'm not crying about anything right now. So yeah, I don't necessarily think that The Rock has to be here because there's a lot of people that are like, he has to be at War Games. No, he doesn't. Like, they have guys, they introduced him for WrestleMania 40 after the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, guys.
Like,
you haven't been watching long enough. Come on.
So,
like, be patient.
We have a feeling that whatever they were teasing with Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins is not actually what's going to happen. Pat and I agree that we kind of think that it might just be a swerve where they're kind of making you think that's what's going to happen, but that it's not. As we said already, like, they never made any official announcement.
It's a red herring.
They actually put out the Survivor Series War Games poster today, and it shows 4-on-4. So there is no official fifth man in those matches yet. So it's like it could result in 4-on-4. I don't think that's what's gonna. I mean, if they can't find anybody, I guess. Which I still think that could be cool because like Cody could do a Randy Orton and show up late, and same thing with Kevin. Like they could do a 4-on-4 and be like, oh, we asked a fifth and he's supposed to be here, kind of like what they did last year. I would love for Cody to be like the unofficial fifth member. Same thing with Kevin. Kevin could just come out and be like, I'm gonna fuck these dudes up. Like a last second decision. He's not thinking logically. He's thinking, I want to fight. Those are the guys
Cody
that want to fight.
Because Cody came out.
Yes. And
So
Sammy's already out there and he's cool. And it's like, even Seth is telling Sammy, why are you cool with these dudes? Like imagine how Kevin's going to feel. Kevin won the tag team titles with him at Mania.
This is why wrestling's the best, because it's all nonsense and nothing makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm into it. So we'll see. Plenty of time still, obviously, because we still have to see SmackDown and whatever.